Well, Biden Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation will move forward after a tie vote in the Judiciary Committee. The tie forces Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to set up an additional floor vote for the Senate to proceed with the confirmation process. But it shouldn't prevent her from being confirmed. Joining us now is former Chief Counsel for Nominations for the Senate Judiciary Committee and founder of the Article 3 Project, Mike Davis, and President of the Judicial Crisis Network, Carrie Severino. Mike, Carrie, welcome back to the show. Mike, I'll start with you. Rick Grinnell, he tweeted this out recently. Republicans need to stop saying Judge Brown Jackson will be confirmed and pressure senators to vote against her confirmation. But I will say, with Senator Susan Collins of Maine signaling that she will confirm Judge Jackson, isn't this a done deal? I mean, is there anything at this point that can help the Republicans block this confirmation?
So I was the staff leader for Justice Kavanaugh's confirmation, and I'll tell you, 3 days is an eternity when you're dealing with these Supreme Court fights. I will say that Senator Romney and Senator Lisa Murkowski just came out and said they're going to support this nomination, but we shall see. At the Article 3 Project, we're ramping up the effort to point out her horrific judicial record as it relates to 8 of 8 cases of extreme leniency for child sex predators. And so I think that people need to call their home state senators, 202-224-3121, 202-224-3121, and light up the phone lines and tell them to oppose this nomination.
Carrie, I want to pick up on what Mike was saying. There's a piece in the Washington Free Beacon this morning that says in the early days of the COVID pandemic, Judge Jackson made an appeal on behalf of Washington, D.C. inmates and said that all of the inmates should be released. And then you've got this other story out there saying that in the case of a child rapist who received a lenient sentence from Judge Jackson now has struck again. Neither of those cases were really made available during her nomination. Do you think they would have made a difference?
Well, unfortunately, with the reality in the Senate, as long as 50 of the 50 Democrats all vote for this nominee, and they voted for every one of Biden's extremist nominees on the judiciary so far, she is going to be confirmed. And that is, unfortunately, the consequence of the 2020 Senate election. However, you know, Senator Cotton brought up another similar case of a fentanyl drug kingpin, self-described kingpin, who she, again, used the opportunity of COVID to reduce his sentence sua sponte. And that was, you know, so unfortunately, some of these facts were already out there, and we have Democrat senators and a few Republican senators as well now willing to vote for her nonetheless. The good news, though, is this is actually the most consistent GOP response to an extremist nominee that we have seen so far. Judges like Kagan and Sotomayor, both very far on the liberal scale on this court, got 67 votes and 63 votes from the court, and I think Jackson will get more like 53. So I think I'm glad the Republicans are recognizing what's going on here with the judiciary, and I think, you know, hopefully this will be the last opportunity to have someone this extreme put on the court.
Mike, your group, Article 3 Project, continues to put out ads calling out Jackson's record on child pornography offenders. I want to play a clip of it. Watch.
Activist judges like Ketanji Brown Jackson are more concerned about the well-being of pedophiles than the safety of your children. And thanks to her, they may be living in your neighborhood. Call your senators today and tell them to vote no on Judge Jackson's nomination.
I mean, who do you really want to influence here? The people to call? I mean, these 3 Republican senators?
We saw today at the markup meeting for this vote that the senators were rattled. This should have been a triumphant day for Senate Democrats, and they were rattled. They were despondent. And so we want to make sure that all Americans know about Judge Jackson's record and make these phone calls over the next several days before Thursday, so these senators across America know that Americans are paying attention to Judge Jackson's record.
You know, Carrie, the thing that I thought was interesting is over the last couple weeks, I've watched people like Chuck Todd, Jonathan Karl, and some of the folks at CNN say, if you buy into this line of questioning that Mike and the Article 3 Project and some of the senators on the Republican side have brought up, then you're a believer in QAnon. Where did this line of attack come from?
That's just the same kind of name-calling arguments we have started seeing so much of from the left. They don't want to address the content of the criticisms, and so they just start name-calling. We saw similar allegations, when people like the Washington Post was saying these nomination hearings were worse than Kavanaugh's. I'm sorry, was anyone paying any attention in 2018? I know Judge Jackson said she didn't watch the hearings, but did none of the Washington Post editorial board either? So instead of addressing the legitimate concerns about her record and her, at times, lack of record or refusal to say what her judicial philosophy is or to acknowledge she even has one, instead of addressing those questions, you just have them saying, oh, Republicans are being bullies because they're asking hard questions. Sorry, being a bully is asking about your high school yearbook, not asking about your 9 years on the bench as a federal judge.
Exactly.
Mike, Carrie, always appreciate your expertise. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.